Back in August, Billy Joel was talking about music with Bill Maher on Bill Maher's podcast, and Billy Joel said that he wished he could write a song as good as Wichita Lineman. I've got to be honest, I had never heard of the song, but I love Billy Joel music, so I wanted to check it out. So I listened to Wichita Lineman, and while it was pretty, it didn't really resonate with me. So I started digging further. Bob Dylan is supposed to have called Wichita Lineman the greatest song ever written. This just made me more confused. Good Vibrations came out 2 years before Wichita Lineman and seems like a way better song. Hell, Billy Joel's Piano Man came out 5 years after Wichita Lineman, and that's an amazing song. So what was I missing? 1968 was part of a tumultuous time in the United States, and Wichita Lineman emerged in that turmoil, harkening back to a simpler time and place. One of the most powerful parts of nostalgia is the sense of longing for the past it evokes. It doesn't matter if that past ever even existed. All of us long for some memory, even if that memory may be fantastical. So when people like Billy Joel hear Wichita Lineman, they are not just experiencing the song, they are revisiting the idea of a time and place. So it makes sense why so many people love this song. It is more than just the music and the lyrics. It is a deeply personal experience that was uniquely shaped by when it was released and the world that it was released into. When I first made the decision to enter the adult game space 5 years ago, we were in the middle of our own tumultuous time. And for most of us, we sought out video games as a way to weather the turmoil of lockdowns and isolation. The most popular adult game of 2020 was Being a Dick, a game that harkened to an 80s and 90s comedic college culture that probably never existed. But that's nostalgia. It doesn't need to have been real for people to long for it. And the zany time and place of Being a Dick, where you could run around and freely interact with people, was a very powerful draw for gamers in 2020. So my experience with Being a Dick was drastically different from people who did live in the 80s and 90s. I didn't have the same sense of nostalgia to draw from, just like I didn't have the same sense of nostalgia to draw from like a 19-year-old Billy Joel or a 27-year-old Bob Dylan would have in 1968 when listening to Wichita Lineman. I didn't realize this when I first reviewed Being a Dick. I was honestly baffled as to why it was so popular, in a similar way to how I was baffled by the popularity of Wichita Lineman. I am definitely responding differently to that bafflement this time around than I did 5 years ago. Hopefully that is a sign that I am growing as a human. So what the hell does this have to do with Stellar Dream? I like this developer and I really enjoyed their 2021 release, S.H.E.L.T.E.R. I love sci-fi and wacky alien stories, and this visual novel absolutely delivers on that. However, the adult game industry is in a very different place now than it was in 2021. Many of the most popular games have shifted to a focus on animations and highly polished UIs. Hand-drawn art is increasingly being displaced by faster and more efficient AI works. For better or worse, what adult gamers are consuming in 2025 is very different from what adult gamers were consuming in 2021. So does my fondness for a game like Stellar Dream stem from the same kind of nostalgia that people experienced from Being a Dick and Wichita Lineman? Would I have the same opinion of Stellar Dream if I was brand new to the adult game space? Visual novels are in the process of the largest transformation yet in their 40-year existence. I will talk way more about this in my Dispatch review later this month, but I am currently wondering how much room there will be for more traditional visual novels like S.H.E.L.T.E.R and Stellar Dream in the future. As budgets for adult games increase, how will that impact the smaller creators and studios looking to share their stories? And Stellar Dream isn't without its flaws. Content and flavors were removed in the process of development to meet changing Patreon and Steam standards. The game itself is being released in parts because the developer was not confident with Steam's current early access shenanigans. I think almost all of us prefer to see full games as opposed to Stellar Dream's planned 2-part release, but these are just some of the many consequences of censorship. So while I think Stellar Dream is a quality game, this visual novel still comes from a different time and place than today. Now, if you love games like that, then you will likely enjoy Stellar Dream, even if its flavors are more toned down than the ones in S.H.E.L.T.E.R. As the adult game space continues to grow in popularity, it will be interesting to see how newer waves of players view the games that have come before. I hope that there will still be a place for older styles and formats, even as we collectively move to embrace newer themes and technology. Hopefully, we will find a way to blend nostalgia and novelty on our path to a better tomorrow. And until then, no shaming, just gaming.